On 10 Tampa Bay Plus, this is 10 Tampa Bay News This Morning.
This morning, mixed reaction as every single Publix here in the state moves to allow open carry. We're live with what the new policy allows.
Heated debate in St. Pete over the best way to represent the city. The latest from local leaders about why they're hesitant to move forward.
And a cool down is on the way. We're looking ahead to the weekend and a taste of fall for Tampa Bay.
Good Friday morning. We're so glad you've joined us here on 10 Tampa Bay. I love the idea of a cool down.
I know, me too.
You can just take some fall photos, go walk around, get some
Sarah's ready
pumpkin.
to roll in the leaf pile.
I did. I already annoyingly text messaged my husband like, we're doing this weekend with fall. No response.
Everything outside. Oh, yeah. He ghosted you?
Yeah, he's like,
I'm Caitlin Lockerbie. Happy Friday to you. We do have fall weather on the way, but you got to get through a little bit of rain today. Let's get a check of the forecast. Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi tracking that radar for us and what's in store for maybe a wet day for some.
Yeah, we'll have the chance for scattered storms as this front continues to slowly sink to our south. It's so funny how here we're like, yes, 60s. That's fall in Florida, but it's going to be great. It really is. Not downplaying it. It'll be a really nice weekend. Here's that front right now. And then we also have some showers and storms off the coast, a low trying to develop there, and that will contribute to our storm chance today as it does develop over the next couple of hours. But in the meantime, getting your Friday started, we are nice and dry. A good start to your Friday. Temperatures are in the low to mid 70s, 76 in Tampa, 75 in St. Pete, 75 in Sarasota, 73 in Brooksville and in Newport Richey, and 74 if you're waking up with us in Frostproof. Okay, so here are the school grades. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. We're going to give Sarah an A- this morning for the ride to school. Good job, Sarah. Proud of you. 75 and breezy, mostly cloudy skies. So that's why we're going to give it an A- because not abundant sunshine. And then Caitlin, you get a B. So you passed today, but a few storms will be possible for that ride home from school and for the afternoon commute. But we do trend drier for any of your Friday evening plans. I'll time out the rain and storms hour by hour for you. And yes, of course, we'll have more details on the beautiful weekend ahead in just a few minutes. But now it's time to get a check of the roadways with Sarah.
You know, I don't know if I want to be included in these grades.
You never know.
I mean, A-, I guess I'll take it. Okay, well, this is like, let's give this a D right now. If we're going to grade the traffic, it's not doing very well, not what you need. If you're going to in a rush anywhere over I-275, traffic is moving very slowly. Appears to be what may be a stalled car with its flashers on, and cars are trying to get around it. So a lane blocked here as drivers are trying to get along I-275 along the Howard Franklin Bridge. No word yet on when this is going to clear. We had a couple of different crashes along the Howard Franklin that were blocking several lanes, and now it appears that the center one is. So we'll work to get some more info on those drive times and how you could be impacted. But for now, it's impacting drivers headed from Tampa towards Pinellas County, primarily on the Tampa side of the Howard Franklin Bridge. And as you're going to be getting past exits like Del Mabry and Lois and Howard and Armenia exits there off of I-275. Gandy Bridge already starting to see some slowdowns for drivers headed into Pinellas County this morning because of these delays that we're seeing along the Howard Franklin. So prepare for that as well. All right, another check of the roads in moments, Caitlin.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Getting prepared this morning and the weekend ahead here. Let's get a check of this update here. Add this to your list of new items at Publix, one of Florida's largest grocery chains, now allowing you to open carry in its stores. This decision comes just about 2 weeks after an appeals court ruling overturned the state's ban on open carry. 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Christina Mendez is live in St. Pete outside Publix now. Under the law, businesses and private property owners, they can choose whether to allow or ban open carry, Christina. And this has some shoppers split this morning on what Publix has decided.
Yeah, and Caitlin, they're the first to do so here in Florida, at least, and make this type of announcement, a big box chain store that is, and it does come with some restrictions. There's about 900 Publix stores all across the state, and this policy does apply to every single one of those stores. Before the appeals court overturned the 1987 law, it was a misdemeanor to visibly display guns. This announcement does come, though, with some mixed emotions from customers.
As someone that has a concealed carry permit, I'm not that against open carry, but in terms of other people that aren't used to being around guns and things like that, it can cause unnecessary, stress and anxiety.
I support our governor, and if he is allowing this, I believe that he has our best interests in mind.
Sorry, it's not terrible. It's just not.
The chain wrote in part, quote, "In any instance where a customer creates a threatening, erratic, or dangerous shopping experience, whether they are openly carrying a firearm or not, we will engage local law enforcement to protect our customers and associates." So keep that in mind if you plan on doing any food shopping this weekend. You see someone open carrying inside the store, that is now allowed. We did check with other competitors this morning. Winn-Dixie is not following suit, they say. They will not allow you to open carry inside their stores. Other big box chains have not yet updated their terms, but we are certainly keeping an eye on this as we expect that change to come down in the next couple weeks as this appeals court ruling has just happened. Live in St. Pete this morning, Christina Mendez, 10 Tampa Bay News.
All right, thanks, Christina. Happening in just hours, U.S. Attorney General Pamela Bondi will be in Tampa to deliver remarks on recent federal efforts aimed at combating threats of political violence. Bondi will be at the U.S. Attorney's office with federal, state, and local law enforcement partners. She's scheduled to speak at 11:30 to detail the efforts and address any threats to political security. We're going to have a news crew there. We'll let you know what happens later on 10 Tampa Bay News at noon.
Well, a convicted killer, one step closer now to a death sentence. A Tampa jury recommending the death penalty for Angel Kuschak less than 24 hours ago. You see him there breaking down moments after learning his fate. It comes more than a year, though, after he murdered his girlfriend and her 4-year-old daughter. This was not a unanimous decision to give him that. Instead, it was a 10-2 vote in favor of the death penalty. State law only requires 8. The ultimate sentencing decision is up to a judge, though. Typically, the jury's recommendation is imposed. The next hearing is December 11th. It's called Spencer hearing. It's when the defense has the final chance to present evidence or arguments before a death sentence.
Well, a longtime state senator will be honored in Tampa in just hours this morning. Leaders are dedicating Gandy Boulevard from Southwest Shore in Tampa to 4th Street North in St. Pete to James Sebesta. He served in the Florida Senate from 1998 to 2006 and later led Florida's Transportation Committee. Sebesta lived in the area until he died just last year.
New this morning, no bond for the man accused in a double murder last week in Tampa. 58-year-old Louis Jules faced the judge on Thursday, and he's set to remain behind bars. Prosecutors are keeping him locked up, and they say it's critical for public safety. Jules is charged with killing Jessica Rivera and Carlos Chirino in broad daylight last Friday. Police found them dead with gunshot wounds. They arrested Jules hours later. The state attorney says he is facing life in prison or the death penalty.
In St. Pete, the city flag is leading to a large debate right now. This all centers over a proposal to fly variations of it, but leaders say they're worried about any potential consequences. Now, this is what they're arguing over right now. On the left is the Harmony flag. The right, that's the History flag. Both include the city's logo. According to the proposed resolution, both are designed to represent St. Pete as a welcoming city for all, one that recognizes the role of history and its identity. But some council members say they're worried about the repercussions.
I just have some real concerns in terms of doing something that the state's going to turn around and completely preempt. And not only preempt, go further.
Well, the council voted to refer that item for later this month. Members say they need more community feedback before they can make a decision.
And now to a decision on this in Tampa. City council members hearing the first public presentation about a 250-foot observation wheel called Wheel Over Water Thursday. It included a safety plan for future storms. Residents split on this.
The project brings more than just a view from a wheel. It brings jobs, tourism, and energy to the Channel District.
It's not a new, novel, clever idea. It's not much of a job creator. I mean, I don't know how many teenagers it takes to operate a Ferris wheel, but a couple.
So, developer says it would sit in this area in Channelside, just outside of the Florida Aquarium. It would have 30-minute rides from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It would run midnight on weekends. It would run up until midnight on weekends. $20 million for that project, but it is privately funded. It still needs more city approval before construction would begin. You can weigh in on your thoughts. There's a public hearing set for October 23rd.
Well, getting you up to speed this morning on the biggest headlines in national news, looking ahead to early next week. That's when President Trump says an exchange of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners will happen. The war is now in its third year. Israel and Hamas have signed off on the first phase of a ceasefire in Gaza. President Trump is spearheading the effort. He says he plans to visit Israel and is sending about 200 U.S. troops there to support and monitor the ceasefire.
Taking a live look right now outside at Capitol Hill, 7:10 is the time. The government shutdown will extend into next week after the Senate adjourned last night without breaking their stalemate over the spending bill. Right now, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is warning air traffic controllers they could be fired if they fail to show up for work. As we speak, controllers are now working without pay as the shutdown continues. We've seen impacts across the country as well.
Yeah, developing this morning, a federal grand jury in Virginia indicting New York Attorney General Letitia James. She's charged with 1 count of bank fraud and 1 count of making false statements in connection with a home mortgage. Now, in a video statement, she denies any wrongdoing. Weeks ago, President Trump urged his attorney general to charge James. She led a civil suit against Trump and his business in New York, accusing him of fraudulently inflating the value of real estate assets. But an appeals court tossed out that judgment. Still to come for you on 10 Tampa Bay News this morning, streaming for you on 10 Tampa Bay Plus, a health warning from local officials as a mosquito-borne illness is detected right here in Tampa Bay.
We're going to be telling you where it is and what you need to do to protect yourself. Plus, we're going to be hearing from a bus driver who stops to help a boy wandering through the road. We have the footage and her quick thinking and what she was able to do in just the nick of time.
And we're keeping an eye on the forecast for you. A few storms possible today as a front sinks down to our south. Tomorrow, though, trending drier, and that will be a trend through the weekend. Nice little taste of fall on the way. I'll have the full details for you coming up in my full forecast in just a few minutes.
And before we go, we are seeing delays across our Tampa Bay area roadways. Getting a look at some of our most traveled drive times. I-4, you're on the list. I-75 and I-275, all a bit of a mess. We'll get a look at that in moments.
One thing I noticed is that when Chuck joined me, he challenged me.
You're going to be late.
Not as late as you. It's a natural thing between brothers, pushing each other.
Hey, it's one-upmanship. It's good for us, and it's good for our clients.
It doesn't get more fairer than that.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
These big trucks are dangerous and fast, and when it comes to big truck wrecks, the stakes can be really high. That's why you need a lawyer that's gotten big results for his clients. Hi, I'm attorney Dan Newland. I've recovered billions of dollars for accident victims. So if you've been hit by one of these big trucks or involved in a car accident, call me now. Let me fight for you.
At 813-888-8000. That's 813-888-8000.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Secure outdoor equipment and generators. Clear debris from around your AC unit and schedule a pre-storm HVAC and electrical inspection.
Those are some great tips. And Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40-TODAY.
Jeopardy is for everybody.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah.
With players just like you.
Paramedic, retired teacher, psychiatrist.
I'm a little bit competitive.
That's the spirit.
Watch their victories.
We have a giant killer.
And heartbreaks.
Oh, no.
The next super champion could be anyone.
It's almost like a superhero origin story.
It could be you.
Oh, wow.
It's all happening on Jeopardy!
Jeopardy weeknights at 7:30, right here on 10 Tampa Bay.
Well, now to a health alert out of Hernando County this morning. Sentinel chickens there in Hernando just tested positive for West Nile.
Yeah, before you head outside this morning, the Florida Department of Health is issuing an alert for the mosquito-borne illness. Health officials say that the virus was locally acquired, and they're now working with mosquito control to step up the surveillance and spraying efforts in the area. So you should be careful, wear some bug spray, drain any standing water because that's where those mosquitoes breed, and cover up when you are in those mosquito-prone areas. Giving you a live look outside this morning of Sarasota as the sun is coming up out there. Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi is tracking the forecast for us. We're really looking ahead to those Sunday morning temps when things are cooling off. Got to get through some rain today, though.
Yeah, a little bit of rain. We have to have the cold front come through first, then we'll reap the benefits of that cold front, especially on Sunday. That's really going to be our sweet spot, waking up in the upper 60s. Now, that's in the city of Tampa. Last time we did that was April 30th, so it's been a while. And just know, 67 in Tampa, what does that mean for all my friends up through the Nature Coast, Pasco, Hernando, Citrus County? You're more than likely going to be in the low 60s on Sunday. Here's a look at that front right now, starting to move through the Tampa area. But as we wait for that to push south and the sun to come up and kind of stir up the atmosphere, we are nice and dry. But that front will help kick up a few showers and storms a little later today. Temperatures are in the low to mid 70s. We're at 76 in Tampa, 75 in Safety Harbor, 74 in Seminole, 74 in Odessa, 73 in Plant City and in Lakeland, 74 in Sebring, and 73 in Brooksville and Newport Richey. The wind already starting to pick up. That front is a change in pressure, and that creates wind. So it is going to be a breezy day today. Already experiencing winds sustained 10 to 15, gusting at 21 in Brooksville right now and 22 in Clearwater. And we will continue to see wind gusts anywhere between about 20 to maybe 30 miles per hour through the day. Taking you through Futurecast, a low is already trying to develop off the coast. That's going to help wrap around some showers later this afternoon, I should say. Around 1 o'clock, a few isolated showers and storms developing. It looks like mainly north of I-4 from northern Hillsborough County up through the Nature Coast. And then for that afternoon commute home, a few showers possible along our coastal communities here, including Tampa and St. Pete, and then maybe a few isolated storms inland as well, which has kind of been our focal point for storms the last couple of days. So Polk and Highlands counties, you're heading home from work a little later today, you might run into some rain. But then for the evening, we start to dry out as that low drifts north and that drier air starts to usher in. Good news if you have any plans to go to any of the haunted houses, maybe Hallow Scream tonight, anything. Got lots of Halloween activities going on. 6 o'clock, partly cloudy, eerily breezy. Temperatures in the low 80s. Spooky nice at 9 o'clock. Temperatures in the upper 70s, breezy and dry. So get out and do those fall activities tonight if that's in your game plan. Let's talk about the humidity because it's not going to automatically drop tomorrow behind that front. I want you to focus on that number in the top corner of your screen. Going into Saturday, it's still looking like it's going to be a little on the muggy side. You will notice the slightly lower humidity, but it's not going to feel fall-like quite yet. That's going to be on the way for Sunday when the humidity really drops and it's nice and dry, and that's going to allow our temperatures to be a little cooler in the morning on Sunday. So waking up near 70 Saturday, mostly dry, mid-80s and breezy through the afternoon. You'll also notice more cloud cover on Saturday. Sunday, tons of sunshine, waking up in the mid to upper 60s, highs in the low 80s. Just a gorgeous day on the way to round out the weekend. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we are going to stay nice and dry all the way through the middle of next week. We need the rain, but it doesn't look like there's much in sight. Just a low-end rain chance today, spotty shower possible tomorrow, staying breezy the next couple of days. Really gorgeous Sunday with that fall-like start, highs in the low 80s, and we'll be back near 90 by Tuesday of next week.
All righty, let's look at some traffic, shall we? Good morning. Hope your day is going well. We got a lot of delays that we're seeing along portions of I-275 right now, especially on the Tampa side. Getting some information that maybe a couple of crashes involved this morning, tying drivers up. So give yourself some time. We're already seeing delays on the Gandy Bridge because typically when you got a crash on one bridge, everyone tries to avoid it and the GPSs rework drivers. So moral of the story is just prepare for some slowdowns if you have to take a bridge this morning, mainly along 275, the Howard Franklin and Gandy as well. Courtney Campbell, haven't seen that big of a slowdown right now. So here's what we're looking at, a crash here. And then we're also seeing some traffic in and around Tampa International Airport. Going to be checking in with those flights to see if they're delayed as this government shutdown continues and potential impact to air traffic control and all that stuff. Veterans Expressway, slow moving as you saw. And then the Selman Expressway as well has some delays for drivers headed into Tampa, as well as I-4, not quite in the red just yet as you're approaching 275, but there is some traffic. Also seeing some delays along 41 for my drivers north and southbound south of the Selman. Getting a closer look at those drive times, 21 minutes along I-275. Gandy headed towards Pinellas has some traffic as well. Caitlin.
All right, this morning we're hearing from the Hillsborough County bus driver who found a young boy wandering the street alone. Do you remember this story? He's home safe this morning with his family thanks to Barbara Baker.
Oh my God. Look at the baby out there by himself.
6-minute break, my pretty.
Poor little guy. We first shared this story with you Tuesday. Baker stopped the Route 12 bus when she spotted the boy alone in the street. The Hillsborough Transit Authority says he wasn't able to tell her where his home was, so she held on to him until police got there. Officers knocked on doors in the neighborhood and reunited him with his family just 20 minutes later. Hart sent us an interview with Baker, sharing what went through her mind when she saw the little boy. Take a listen.
When I'm driving, I always look way ahead. And I look, I said, is that a baby? And I looked again, I seen no shoes, I seen pajamas. I said, oh my God, that's a baby. My heart just dropped. When the police came, and it's like I almost wanted to cry because I thought about my grandbabies. And I'm like, oh, cars passing and nobody helping this baby. And whoa, like I say, sometimes it make me want to cry. Like now I feel a little emotional, but knowing that the baby is home, that's a big thing for me.
Oh, it's her grandma instinct. Baker first started her career with Hart in 2005. She went into trucking before returning to Hart in 2012 and has been with the agency ever since. As for the little boy, Tampa police say that he got out of his home on accident and there are no criminal charges in the case. Quick thinking by Barbara, and he is home safe. Coming up next for you on 10 Tampa Bay Plus, your top health headlines this morning: how hormone replacement therapy can help boost your immune system during menopause. Plus, researchers find weight loss drugs may also help treat addiction.
Weather impacts your life every day. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins. You can find out about any change in the weather with our 10 Tampa Bay Plus app. Just stream for the latest forecast, any weather impact alert, updated tropics forecast, and take a live look at the radar. Anytime you want, and it's free. It's just one more way we're helping you stay informed, prepared, and connected. Stream 10 Tampa Bay Plus.
Jeopardy is for everybody.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah.
With players just like you.
Paramedic, a retired teacher, psychiatrist.
I'm a little bit competitive.
That's the spirit.
Watch their victories.
We have a giant killer.
And heartbreaks.
Oh, no.
The next super champion could be anyone.
It's almost like a superhero origin story.
It could be you.
Oh, wow.
It's all happening on Jeopardy!
Jeopardy weeknights at 7:30, right here on 10 Tampa Bay.
I was driving when an 18-wheeler turned in front of me. I locked up my brakes, bam, slid dead into the truck. Bloody and hurt, I was loaded into an ambulance, and that's when I put out my phone and called attorney Dan Newland. Dan jumped right on it. He was in my corner the whole way. He fought the fight from beginning to end and got me $1 million.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Dan, your awesome team deserves 6 stars. Thank you for winning my case.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Secure outdoor equipment and generators. Clear debris from around your AC unit and schedule a pre-storm HVAC and electrical inspection.
Those are some great tips. And Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40
Time now 7:23. Here's what's making headlines in your health news now. Starting with a study showing that hormone replacement therapy may help reverse changes in the immune system from menopause. Researchers at Queen Mary University of London looked at blood samples in women under 40 and over 65 and found after menopause, women develop more cells that are less effective at clearing bacteria. They also found women taking hormone replacement therapy, which can be just prescribed to manage menopause symptoms, has healthier immune profiles. It's never too late to quit smoking, and here's more proof, even if you already have cancer. A Washington University School of Medicine study shows that 2 years after cancer treatment, patients had a higher rate of survival if they went through a program to quit during treatment. This was most effective among patients with late-stage cancer. Researchers hope that this data provides more motivation for you to kick that habit. And this morning, there's more evidence that weight loss medications may also help treat alcohol and drug addiction. This is all according to a new paper published in the Journal of Endocrine Society. Researchers say that early data shows GLP-1s impact a part of the nervous system that influences addictive behaviors, but they do caution more and larger studies are needed to confirm how the treatment works. Next for you at 7:30, 10 Investigates looks into a growing problem right now when it comes to gun violence as police struggle to track homemade ghost guns. And city leaders say their hands are tied, the issue keeping them from being able to address concerns about pickleball courts and their noise for neighbors.
Streaming live on 10 Tampa Bay Plus, this is 10 Tampa Bay News This Morning.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Caitlin Lockerbie. Here's what's happening here at home. Publix customers are sharing some mixed reaction this morning as the company announces a new policy allowing open carry for firearms in the state. That policy also says customers are not allowed to create a threatening, erratic, or dangerous shopping experience. Some people say they're worried that the move will create an uneasy experience for families in the grocery store. Others say it's going to help promote safety. Speaking of safety out on the roadways, Sarah Rosario's got a check of traffic right now and a backup.
Not what you want to see if you're going to be driving along any of our Tampa Bay area bridges. Already starting to see some slowdowns similar to yesterday along the Tampa side of the Howard Franklin Bridge. Got an incident here and drivers are trying to work their way around. Road rangers out there saying move over, reminders, move over and slow down to 20 miles below the speed limit. You'll have no trouble slowing down along I-275 right now. But if you want to avoid that slowdown, I would say take some of the other Bay Area bridges. Gandy Bridge already starting to see a delay because of what we're seeing along the Howard Franklin. So prepare for traffic along Gandy and the Howard Franklin and the Veterans Expressway right now as well, traveling by the airport. Courtney?
And it's a dry start to the day. That won't be the case all day long, though. We will have the chance for a few scattered storms. Cloudy skies, not the nicest looking morning with temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Quite breezy as well. Expect just a few isolated showers and storms to develop after lunchtime today. Some of those storms could impact the afternoon commute, especially along the coast and some of our inland communities. The weekend still looks great, mostly dry Saturday. Also still a little muggy on Saturday. Sunday, though, is when that nice taste of fall enters in. We'll be dry through next Thursday.
I was driving when an 18-wheeler turned in front of me. I locked up my brakes, bam, slid dead into the truck. Bloody and hurt, I was loaded into an ambulance, and that's when I put out my phone and called attorney Dan Newton. Dan jumped right on it. He was in my corner the whole way. He fought the fight from beginning to end and got me $1 million.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Dan, your awesome team deserves 6 stars. Thank you for winning my case.
Weather impacts your life every day. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins. You can find out about any change in the weather with our 10 Tampa Bay Plus app. Just stream for the latest forecast, any weather impact alert, updated tropics forecast, and take a live look at the radar. Anytime you want, and it's free. It's just one more way we're helping you stay informed, prepared, and connected. Stream 10 Tampa Bay Plus.
And it's like a movie script. It's family rivalry, betrayal, and murder.
They cover America's most fascinating true crime stories.
One way or another, that's an execution.
Absolutely.
Every case.
Who would want to hurt him?
Every clue.
This is dynamite for an investigator.
Every mystery that keeps you guessing until the very end.
Does everyone's jaws drop?
Dateline, 5 times a week. Watch weekdays at 4 on 10 Tampa Bay.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
Welcome back to 10 Tampa Bay Plus on this Friday morning, 7:30, and a cloudy start over on Clearwater Beach right now.
Oh.
Not a bad way to get your steps in, though. Not raining yet out there.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a plus.
It's nature's shade. That's
I
what I
like
call
when
it.
it's like a little bit chilly in the morning. You can wear like a sweatshirt out on the beach.
Right. Limits your chances of skin cancer.
Kind of humid out there, though, guys.
Way to silver lining that.
Thanks for waking up with us this morning. I'm Caitlin Mockerbee.
And I'm Sarah. Good morning. Hope your day is going well. Jameson has off. And this is meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi.
Hello, everyone. Yes, it's going to be a really nice weekend. You know, Sunday morning will be the perfect morning to go like grab your favorite cup of coffee and go for a beach walk in a nice light sweater.
Fall start.
Yeah, or a bagel and a donut.
Sarah's been talking about bagels all morning, and now I won't.
We're gonna get
She's
one.
going to have one on the set in probably
We're
about
gonna
30
get one
minutes.
pretty
So
soon.
stay tuned for that. Here's a look at satellite and radar where we have a front starting to move through the area right now. A low trying to develop off the coast. And as those merge, that's going to wrap in just a few isolated showers for the afternoon. Right now, though, you don't have to worry about that as you're getting out the door on this Friday morning. Made it to Friday, everyone. Almost to the weekend. A look outside, yeah, not only is Clearwater Beach cloudy, that's just about everywhere this morning. 76 in Tampa, 75 in St. Pete. What that front's doing as it's moving through is just trapping in all that moisture and generating the cloud cover. Also picking up the breeze for us, though. Winds sustained 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're already gusting at 22 in Clearwater, 21 in Brooksville. It is going to be a breezy day today. Next 12 hours, we will hold on to mostly cloudy skies. Not going to see abundant sunshine today. I think the sun will peek out, but that's going to keep temperatures a little cooler as well. 81 at noon, and that's when we start to introduce the chance for a few isolated storms, and that will continue into the afternoon commute. If you have any evening plans tonight, though, the forecast does trend drier around and after sunset. I'll time out the rain and storms for you, and we'll talk about that lower humidity that's on the way for the upcoming weekend. That's in just a few minutes, but now it's time to get a check of the roadways with Sarah Rosario.
Okay, so we've been looking at traffic across our Bay Area bridges, and that's where we're seeing the biggest slowdown right now. We were looking at the Howard Franklin Bridge that had a crash, but now it appears that the Gandy Bridge is where we're seeing that traffic building. So if you're going to be traveling along Gandy Bridge from Tampa to Pinellas County, we're seeing some slowdowns there right now. It's going to take you about 14 minutes to head in that direction. Howard Franklin improving despite a crash that's still actively underway in a lane that was blocked there. So as we look at the drive times across the Howard Franklin, going to take you 19 minutes to cross. So still reportedly more time across the Howard Franklin than Gandy. And our Courtney Campbell Causeway, which was like our lone survivor of just like no traffic, and now it does have traffic, so it didn't last very long. You've got traffic on the Pinellas side of the Courtney Campbell Causeway. Heads up for my drivers to that area. Veterans Expressway, Hillsborough Avenue, 275 through Tampa, slow moving as well. Caitlin?
In Hillsborough County is facing charges after being arrested for possession of drugs, guns, and cash. Our investigative unit learned one of the guns was a ghost gun, which means it's untraceable. 10i reporter Jen Titus breaks down how these ghost guns are made with parts ordered online.
Those who work in law enforcement are seeing more and more of these types of guns at crime scenes. It's hard to figure out exactly who purchased the parts because they don't come with serial numbers, making it impossible sometimes to figure out where the gun came from, who the original owner was. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office tells us in this case that a pistol was found during a search of the teens' homes. The pistol was made with parts ordered online. This is a topic we've become familiar with over the past few months as we've been investigating these types of guns after a convicted felon purchased parts and put together a gun, then tried to shoot his own mother in Tarpon Springs.
So when we track down firearms that are used in crimes, we try to find out where the gun came from, who was the original purchaser of the gun, because we need to know who was in possession of that firearm at the time the crime was committed. So if it's got a serial number, there's a little bit of backtracking that we can do to find out who lawfully owned the gun or who possessed the gun at the time the crime occurred.
And with a ghost gun, you can't do that?
No, ma'am.
Because there's no registration?
Correct.
And we learned that man isn't the only convicted felon who has gone online, bought the parts, and made his own gun. We also spent months looking into how kids have done this and used them in crimes. You can watch our full special, Accessible and Untraceable Felons, Kids, and Ghost Guns. This Monday, it will go live on our streaming app, 10 Tampa Bay Plus. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.
Thank you, Jen. Well, developing in St. Pete, the search is on for a driver in a deadly hit and run. This happened last week at Dartmoor Street North. Take a look at this video. Police want to speak to the driver of this car. It's video taken around the time of the crash last Friday night. A 61-year-old woman was killed in that crash. If you know anything about it or recognize anything in the picture here, you're asked to call police.
Well, some positive news for you this morning. Florida State freshman linebacker Ethan Pritchard is out of the hospital more than a month after he was shot in the head. This was a case of mistaken identity, we're told. His family says Pritchard is alert, responsive, and able to communicate. He left the hospital to all those cheers, as you can see, transferred to a rehab facility in Jacksonville to continue what's going to be a long road to recovery. This morning, his father is thanking the whole community for all of its support, along with his medical staff and FSU coach Mike Marvell, calling his son's progress a remarkable milestone. By the way, Florida State takes on Pittsburgh at noon tomorrow. Cheering on the team and the players, his fellow players cheering him on too.
Yeah, pretty awesome there. Staying in Tampa, the city has officially moved to dissolve its Racial Reconciliation Committee. It was established to address the city's history of racial inequity. And the controversial decision just comes as the result of a guidance from the city attorney saying it likely goes against federal efforts to crack down on diversity-related initiatives. Critics call the move shameful, arguing the city is caving into political pressures instead of continuing to address racial disparities in our community. Leaders say the committee can still meet independently and bring ideas to city council like other community organizations.
Well, a good update for you this morning. A child home safe after a dangerous situation on a local highway. This is every parent's nightmare here. Northport police officer found the child wandering the middle of US 41. And this rescue was caught on dash cam video.
So Williams on Northport. I've got a small child running down the road in front of Lowe's. Just almost got hit by a car.
In the dark, too, the officer was on patrol when he found the child, who police say has a developmental delay. Police say the parents tried to install some safeguards at home, but the child was still able to wander off from the home and right onto that busy highway. The officer chased down the kid and was able to safely bring him home.
Well, Target is celebrating the grand opening of its newest store in Pasco County. It's in Wesley Chapel. It's the second largest Target in the whole country. It's 149,000 square feet. It's located there in Wesley Chapel. It'll employ about 170 people. That's a lot of people, your work friends. All right, they feature popular brands, Starbucks Cafe and Apple Shop. It's part of Target's plan to open more than 300 new stores across the country over the next decade. And next day delivery is also expanding across the Tampa Bay area as well.
Yeah, that whole Apple store inside. Pretty amazing.
Oh, do they fix things? I wonder, you set up an appointment?
That's a good question.
Instead of having to actually wait at the real Apple store?
Absolutely buy
We're
Apple
gonna go check it
products,
out.
but I don't know if they have the what do they call it, the Geek Squad there?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's the other
That's
guy.
Best Buy?
Yeah.
What's Apple's?
The Apple team. I don't know.
Apple team. The Genius Bar. Thank you, Parisa.
Apple Genius.
Lovely producer. All right, this morning, Tampa City Council is backing off plans to limit pickleball courts, saying a new state law could keep them from setting any new local rules here. City leaders spent the last few weeks looking at ways to regulate the sport. The concern here is that homeowners are building courts on their properties, which create noise and infrastructure concerns. Hillsborough County put a temporary ban on building those courts within 250 feet of homes, but Tampa's legal team says its hands are tied while a state law is challenged in court that limits the power local governments have to make land use decisions.
We're kind of stuck right now, but I appreciate the ability to regulate what we can regulate, and then hopefully we'll have some sort of answer, whether it be through legislature or through lawsuit.
Well, city leaders say for now they'll refer to the city's existing noise ordinance to try to handle complaints from neighbors.
Well, future vet techs
Stepping out of the classroom.
Stepping out of the classroom and into the clinic. Hillsborough County students spent the day at a pet resource center rolling up their sleeves to help with real animal procedures.
Yeah, this is all part of a growing partnership that started a year ago now, giving students some valuable on-the-job experience.
It's very rewarding because, first of all, you're helping the next generation of veterinary professionals. You're putting in their minds, hey, shelter medicine is a thing. But having the experience of hands-on is going to stay in your mind.
So this is their first term in the vet tech program. So they're learning the foundational skills.
I'm learning way more than I thought I would learn. Not in a bad way, but just like they throw so much information at you. You come here to learn, and you are going to learn. Especially here hands-on, the fact that we're doing this on week 8 is really cool.
One of them never drew blood before, and we just did it on an animal successfully. So these are the milestones that we're making in this class, starting with restraint, physical exams, venipuncture, various injections, and that ear cleaning, nail trims, that sort of thing. So they're learning the basics.
The main thing is for them to have that experience of working in a shelter. That is not the same thing they work in private practice. These dogs behave differently, the protocols are different, so it's very valuable for them to see that experience first line, hands-on.
And these students get to see that, where they came from, and then while we're doing these exams, we can sometimes pick up on certain things. It's definitely something where we want to be involved and do whatever we can to help them and make their stay a little bit better, but we also want to see them get adopted.
A lot of these dogs don't get the help they need, and just the fact that we can come here and learn as we do it and give them the help they need, the care they need, it's wonderful because you know, they really don't get those opportunities very often, you know.
Babies there.
Yeah, so cute.
Well, still to come for you on 10 Tampa Bay Plus, a new study finds many people are not keeping digital copies of their important personal information.
So we're going to show you why that is important and a better push to protect those precious documents. Plus, the big events happening this weekend to get some festive and fall activities.
One thing I noticed is that when Chuck joined me, he challenged me.
You're going to be late.
Not as late as you. It's a natural thing between brothers, pushing each other.
Hey, it's one-upmanship. It's good for us, and it's good for our clients.
It doesn't get more fairer than that.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
These big trucks are dangerous and fast. And when it comes to big truck wrecks, the stakes can be really high. That's why you need a lawyer that's gotten big results for his clients. Hi, I'm attorney Dan Newland. I've recovered billions of dollars for accident victims. So if you've been hit by one of these big trucks or involved in a car accident, call me now. Let me fight for you.
At 813-888-8000. That's 813-888-8000.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Secure outdoor equipment and generators. Clear debris from around your AC unit and schedule a pre-storm HVAC and electrical inspection.
Those are some great tips. And Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40 today.
Jeopardy is for everybody.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah.
With players just like you.
Paramedic, retired teacher, psychiatrist.
I'm a little bit competitive.
That's the spirit.
Watch their victories.
We have a giant killer.
And heartbreaks.
Oh, no.
The next super champion could be anyone.
It's almost like a superhero origin story.
It could be you.
Oh, wow.
It's all happening on Jeopardy!
Jeopardy weeknights at 7:30, right here on 10 Tampa Bay.
Welcome back. There's a recent survey by AARP finding 2/3 of older Americans say they do not keep digital copies of important information. Mostly because they haven't gotten around to it, or simply they really just don't know how to do it. Reporter Jen Sullivan talks about why this is an important thing to do, keeping digital copies and ways to talk to your aging parents and figure out how to get it done.
The vast majority of hospitals and doctors' offices are now using online portals to help patients manage appointments, look up test results, and pay bills. But if you're not digitally savvy, it can be overwhelming to navigate.
We realized people need extra help for this.
Tom Camber is the executive director at the Older Adults Technology Services. It's part of the American Association of Retired Persons, known as AARP, and offers a variety of free courses in person and online through the website seniorplanet.org. It helps older patients understand how to use these patient portals and how to protect their information online.
A lot of it is understanding what's there and what you can take advantage of. People use them for setting up their appointments, but they don't use them for managing their medications.
AARP also has resources for how to talk to your aging parents about keeping digital copies of important documents like birth certificates, copies of a driver's license, health insurance, documents about health issues, and information about prescriptions.
Start by asking questions. What have you already done? What are your plans? What's important as we get into the next phase of our lives here? And how can I help you succeed with this stuff?
Camber says older adults should also keep digital copies of vital financial information like bank statements, investments, credit card information, home insurance, and any deeds.
The best place for them is stored in the cloud with password protections.
Camber recommends they share access to specific information with a spouse, child, accountant, or financial planner. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
All right, pretty cool. Even Courtney's been telling me, Sarah, you know you can look that up online. You can go to the CVS and get all your stuff online.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can?
You can see if your prescriptions are ready, if they're pending, all the things.
All right, well, I'm going to have to get you to tell me about it. Taking a live look right now. We were looking at downtown St. Pete. We saw a cloudy picture.
Yeah.
So is it going to be that way all day long? Or?
I think we're going to see sunshine today, but it's not going to be the wall-to-wall sunshine that we've had the last couple of days, unfortunately. But that'll come in for the weekend. So that's what it matters, right?
That is
the weekend. Got it. We're always looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be mostly dry as well. We need the rain, though, guys. Take a look at this. So far, for the month of October, we picked up 0.17 inches of rain. So we're in a deficit of about an inch for the month so far. September even was extremely dry. In fact, that's because it was a record-breaking month in terms of lack of rainfall. Driest September in Tampa ever, with a departure over 5 inches. And all the rain has pretty much been over the 95 corridor on the Atlantic coastline. They've been hogging the rain. Look at this, 24-hour rainfall total, potentially over 8 inches near parts of the Space Coast. Here at home, completely dry across the Bay Area. Our inland communities may be picking up about 2 inches of rain. And we won't get a lot of rain today from this front, but at least a little bit. And we'll take anything we can get. Front currently moving through Tampa right now. A low trying to develop off the coast here. And as those merge through the day, that'll wrap in a few showers. Not for the morning, though. Your morning ride to work should be nice and dry, although cloudy. Mild out there with temperatures in the low to mid 70s. 75 in Safety Harbor and in Clearwater Beach. 74 in Tarpon Springs. 74 in Brandon and in Plant City. 73 in Zephyr Hills and 73 in Brooksville. It's also breezy. As that front's moving in, it will be a breezy day. Sustained wind coming out of the north now. That's a sign that front's sinking south of us. Anywhere between 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting over 20 in some spots already. And expect the gusts 20 to 25 through the day. That's going to create quite the rough marine forecast. Bay waters will be rough today. Look at seas offshore 5 to 7 feet. So we do have a small craft advisory in effect until Saturday night. Not the weekend to be out on the water if you're not an experienced boater. It is going to be quite rough out there again, especially out in the open water. Taking you through the day when it comes to rain. Here comes that low really starting to develop. This is around your lunch hour, 1 o'clock. Few showers developing coming in from the northeast, mainly along the I-4 corridor and areas north. For the afternoon commute, a few showers along the coast, Tampa, St. Pete included. Maybe a few isolated storms closer to that front down towards Polk and Highlands County as well. And then we dry out for any of your evening plans. Now this low is going to ride up the Atlantic seaboard as a nor'easter. Going to bring a really wet and windy forecast up the Atlantic seaboard, the Carolinas all the way to New York. For us, though, we're getting drier air on the backside of this. Our humidity will start to drop and we'll have tons of sunshine by Saturday afternoon. Still muggy tomorrow. Looks like that lower humidity, that kind of taste of fall, moves in on Sunday. Humidity bumps just a touch Monday before it kind of goes back down on Tuesday. So we'll have a pretty nice stretch of weather across the area. Here's a look at your weekend forecast. Waking up near 70 on Saturday, highs in the mid 80s. Sunday's the day we wake up in the low to mid 60s. Really comfortable morning out there Sunday, and then highs in the low 80s Sunday with that lower humidity. So get out and do your fall-like activities on Sunday, or maybe hit up the Buccaneers game. We'll be dry with tons of sunshine Monday through Thursday as well, with highs back near 90 Tuesday. Overnight lows will stay near 70.
All right, Courtney, thank you. Hey, let's look at the Howard Franklin Bridge, shall we? We've been looking at it for quite some time. Now let's go see what we're seeing. I'm going to see what you're seeing too for a second so I can step out and actually look at it. Okay, so looks like we've got some slowdowns here still continuing. We got the little sign saying move over, friends, and traffic is continuing to be delayed through that portion of 275. Once they're getting around this corner, it looks like things are like getting a little bit better. That's something. All right, and if you're going to be getting past that area, here's what we got along the Veterans Expressway as well. Slow moving speeds southbound for our friends here along the vets. If you're going to be driving by the airport, heads up. And 275 has some traffic as well. If you're going to be headed along 275 southbound, we've got traffic in two separate spots. North of Hillsborough Avenue, also south, and then south of Hillsborough Avenue, headed south towards that I-4 area. So that's what you're going to be dealing with right now if you're on the roads. Okay, let's look at this. What are you going to be doing this weekend? This is a segment we like to call Tampa Bay to Z. And tonight, the Fray. Oh, so good. Do y'all remember the Fray? They're so good. Okay, so if you don't remember them, check them out. They got some good songs. Like 2006 time frame. Janice Live in St. Pete is where they're going to be, part of the band's comeback tour after, oh my goodness, see, I told you, 2006. No, that's longer than that. Anyways, I can't add. Decade-long hiatus. Tickets are sold out, but we did find some reselling for as low as $140. The show starts at 7 tonight. Heads up for anyone going to downtown St. Pete. The area is going to be busy with all the Fray lovers. Tomorrow in St. Pete, people living within the city limits can get a free tree, y'all. The giveaway is happening at Boyd Hill Nature Preserve's Autumn Harvest Festival from 10 a.m. on Saturday to 3 p.m. Each household can take home one tree, choosing from 5 different species, including sweet bay, magnolia, and mango trees. Oh man, I was hoping an apple tree would be there because my kid really likes the apple trees now. There will also be local vendors, hay rides, and other things for you and your family to enjoy. Admission is $5. Kids 4 and under get them for free. Pretty cool there. Get you a tree. And a kitty cat. A kitten gets a second chance of life. Thanks to local firefighters' quick actions. We're going to show you this sweet rescue coming up next. And a live look outside this morning. We have another check of your forecast in just minutes.
Weather impacts your life every day. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins. You can find out about any change in the weather with our 10 Tampa Bay Plus app. Just stream for the latest forecast, any weather impact alert, updated tropics forecast, and take a live look at the radar. Anytime you want, and it's free. It's just one more way we're helping you stay informed, prepared, and connected. Stream 10 Tampa Bay Plus.
Jeopardy is for everybody.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, with players just like you.
Paramedic, retired teacher, psychiatrist.
I'm a little bit competitive.
That's the spirit.
Watch their victories.
We have a giant killer.
And heartbreaks.
Oh no!
The next super champion could be anyone.
It's almost like a superhero origin story.
It could be you.
Oh wow.
It's all happening on Jeopardy!
Jeopardy weeknights at 7:30, right here on 10 Tampa Bay.
I was driving when an 18-wheeler turned in front of me. I locked up my brakes, bam, slid dead into the truck. Bloody and hurt, I was loaded into an ambulance, and that's when I put out my phone and called Attorney Dan Newland. Dan jumped right on it. He was in my corner the whole way. He fought the fight from beginning to end and got me $1 million.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Dan, your awesome team deserves 6 stars. Thank you for winning my case.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Secure outdoor equipment and generators. Clear debris from around your AC unit and schedule a pre-storm HVAC and electrical inspection.
Those are some great tips. And Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40 today.
Take a look at this. My wonderful friend out of Hernando County did something super cute. Tiny little kitten is safe this morning thanks to the quick action of the Hernando County firefighters. Crews worked together to rescue the kitten from a storm drain on Wednesday night. Someone called it in, heard little kitty cat sounds. Thanks to their teamwork, they say the kitten is now doing just fine. Meow. All right, in Zoo Tampa, just welcoming 2 new Komodo dragons. I don't even know the sound these things make. This is the second time the endangered species has successfully bred in the zoo's 95-year history. Right now, they're 10 inches long and they weigh about the same as a stick of butter. Okay, but they're going to make a public debut later on, and get this, they could be up to 200 pounds. And good news for my basketball fans. Here in Tampa, the Harlem Globetrotters are bringing their legendary moves to the Yuengling Center over at USF this winter. Take a look at their visit to Tampa last September. These guys are so cool. It's like the Savannah Bananas way before Savannah Bananas were even a thing, but for basketball. The coming visit is part of their 100-year tour. It'll be on January 11th. Tickets go on sale Monday at 10 a.m. I'll have to put a note in my phone. Coming up in our next hour of 10 Tampa Bay Plus, tons of new news for you. And this, how to score big deals on some fall getaways, what you need to know to save on trips, and whether they closer overseas.
Streaming live on 10 Tampa Bay Plus, this is 10 Tampa Bay News This Morning.
Hello, good Friday morning to you. I'm Sarah Rosario. Here's what's making headlines here at home in the Tampa Bay area. Publix customers are sharing mixed reactions this morning as the company announces a new policy allowing open carry of firearms in our state. That policy also says customers are not allowed to create a threatening, erratic, or dangerous shopping experience. Some are worried the move will create an uneasy experience for families. Others say it promotes safety. And happening today in Tampa, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is expected to be here today to deliver remarks on recent federal efforts aimed at combating threats of political violence. The Tampa native will be joined by federal, state, and local law enforcement partners. It's going to be happening at 11:30 this morning. We will have a crew there. You can count on us to give you all the latest developments on 10 Tampa Bay News at noon. I'll be there as well. And most importantly, we got the weekend ahead. What's it going to be like? The woman with the answers, meteorologist Courtney Jacobazi.
It's going to be beautiful. A front moving through right now. That's going to give us a few showers later today, but it is dry to start your Friday. Look outside, cloudy skies, not the nicest looking start, but comfy with temperatures in the low to mid 70s. As we head through the next several hours, we'll stay dry through the morning for the most part, but then around your lunch hour, a few showers will come and wrap around a low that's developing off the coast, mainly along and north of the I-4 corridor. And then a few scattered showers could continue for that evening commute, especially inland, maybe an isolated storm along the coast as well. Temperatures out of the 90s, back in the 80s the next few days. Sunday is when that fall-like weather starts to move in. We'll wake up in the mid 60s in Tampa, low 60s along the Nature Coast. We'll stay dry Monday through Thursday of next week with tons of sunshine and highs back near 90.